And we have done 8 vice presidential debates. So tonight is the 30th debate that the commission will have produced in those period of time. And we couldn't do it without the tremendous support of our board. And we have 4 members of our board here tonight. I want to introduce them to you. I'm going to ask them to stand and wait till they're all standing to give them the due thanks that they deserve. First is Charlie Gibson. You all know him as the former anchor on ABC Nightly News and Good Morning America. Antonia Hernandez, who is the head of the California Community Foundation. Dorothy Dot Ridings, who's the former chairman of the League of Women Voters. I'm sorry, Dot, for mumbling that. And a former congresswoman from California, now heads the Woodrow Wilson Scholarship Organization, and that's Jane Harmon. Wouldn't you join me in giving them a... Now let me describe briefly what's going to happen this evening. For those of you who watched the debate a few weeks ago at Hofstra, you know what the format is going to be. It's different than it was for many, many years. The 90 minutes is divided in the 6 15-minute segments. Tonight, Chris Wallace, who is our moderator, will propose a question in each of those 6 segments. The 6 that he has indicated he wants to explore are, number 1, the national debt, entitlements, the economy, the Supreme Court, foreign hotspots, and fitness to serve as president. We do not know what order he's going to ask those questions in. We do not know what the questions are. Only Chris knows what will be asked. The candidates clearly do not know. Now, what will happen is, as he proposes a question in one of those sections, each candidate will have 2 minutes, uninterrupted, to state their views on that particular issue. And then for the remainder of that segment of time, they can have hopefully some interchange between the candidates and really a drilling down to see what the positions are of the candidates on those issues. Now, the first debate that was at Hofstra had, we believe, honestly, about 100 million people observe it. When you count people who observed on their computers, streamed on their websites, and of course on their iPads, iPhones, whatever it might be that they use. We had about 85 million for the second. We don't know what is going to happen tonight. But the one thing is clear is that this program is for them, not for you in this audience. There are hundreds of millions of people who are going to watch and who are going to take what they hear tonight and take it into consideration in how they're going to cast their ballots. So we ask you, please, do not interfere with that by participating uninvited in the debate process tonight. So we ask you not to clap, not to make signs, not to get involved. We would appreciate that. One other thing before I introduce my co-partner, at about 9 o'clock, it's going to be very quiet in here. 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock here. Thank you. You Democrats always know the right time. But that will be broken, the silence, because of what's behind you. Those of you know that those are the anchor booths. And right at 9 o'clock, you're going to hear them all go on the air, announcing their program, introducing who's going to be commentating, and so forth. It'll be 2 or 3 minutes later that the debate will start and Chris will begin. So again, we ask you to cooperate. Now, as I said, in 1987, we formed the commission. I was chairman of the Republican National Committee at that time, and Paul Kirk was the chairman of the Democratic National Committee. And Paul served us on this commission for 24 years, until the death of Ted Kennedy, when he was asked by the governor of Massachusetts to fulfill Teddy's term until a special election could be held. And he had to step down. But we were most fortunate to have this guy standing next to me step up and be my co-chairman and partner in this endeavor, Mr. Mike McCurry.
Thank you, Frank. It really has been a great partnership, and it's a great pleasure to be with all of you tonight. I want to tell you a little bit about the Commission on Presidential Debates. It is important to note it is a nonpartisan organization, nonprofit. We don't receive any support from the government, from the political parties, or from any public entities. The support for the debates come from people who just care about the fact that we want to have candidates together to engage in productive discussion about the future of the country. So there are corporations, foundations, and individuals who help us do that kind of work with their support. I'd like to mention our 2016 national sponsors. They are the Anheuser-Busch Companies, the Howard G. Buffett Foundation, the Kovler Fund, the law firm of Kroll and Mooring, AARP, and the National Governors Association. Will you join me in thanking those generous sponsors for what they've done? Now, in addition to that, the Commission participates in a lot of educational work. The primary mission of the Commission is to help educate the American people about the choices that we make as citizens when we vote. So we have a number of programs that we work, a number of partnerships. In the last 2 years, we've especially concentrated on social media because of changes in the media itself, the importance of the internet, social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Google, other .com entities. They now are rich sources of content for the American people, and so we've built out strong partnerships with them, and that is something that we are especially pleased to showcase tonight. I want to mention especially Facebook for the extraordinary support contributions they made in this initiative. I hope that is something that you recognize as one of the ways in which we bring the work of these debates to a much broader audience. And another thing that we do, and I think this is important to note, is we run an international program that allows us on the Commission, those who are on our staff, share ideas, techniques, best practices with others in other countries who also run debates. We learn from them, they learn from us, and overall we globally improve democracy. At this debate, the Commission is hosting over 50 representatives from 24 countries in the Debates International Network, and they've received a firsthand look at what goes on behind the scenes at one of these debates. They are here, and I would like to ask our friends, international colleagues from the Debates International Network to please stand up, and let's give them a round of applause. In the back. Finally, there are millions watching, and there's one who deserves a special note of thanks. A 85-year-old Holocaust survivor, Fred Kahn, who's out there in TV land. He is the one who originally came up with the idea of televised national debates. Fred, look what you've done. With that, we literally would not be able to be here if it weren't for the work of two people I'd now like to introduce. The president of the UNLV, Len Jessup, and the head of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, Rossi Rollin-Cotter. Would you please welcome them?
Well, Frank and Mike, thank you. Hi, I'm Len Jessup, and I'm the president of University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
And I'm Rossi Rollin-Cotter. I'm president and CEO of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority.
Welcome to the Thomas and Mack Center, home of the Runnin' Rebels. If you squint through the lights and you look up into the rafters, you can see some of our banners, many championship banners, one national championship banner. And here at UNLV, we are a university that is different, we're daring, and we're diverse. You know, we're not a very old university. We're about 60 years old, in fact. And we're on a pathway to become a top-tier university in research and in education and in community impact. You've probably heard about our world-class hospitality program. It would be natural that we would have one in that industry. Our Hara Hotel College is highly ranked. But we've got great programs in a number of other areas, nationally recognized, throughout the arts and the sciences and in the health sciences, law school, the Boyd School of Law, and in many other areas. And we're proud to announce a brand new medical school. And in fact, great timing, just yesterday, we learned that our brand new UNLV School of Medicine was accredited by the LCME, and we'll begin admitting students in the fall. Thank you. And just the day before that, on Monday, the governor was on campus, Governor Sandoval, signing into law the new stadium that the university will be able to use and a much expanded and renovated convention center for Rossi as well. So it's quite a week for UNLV. And then tonight, the presidential debate. And I'll tell you, what's the most special for us about the debate is what this does for our students. We've got a few hundred students working here in the debate hall and over in the Cox Pavilion, in the Media Center, and in Spin Alley, and a total of 1,000 students working the debate all week long, all across campus. We've got faculty that created new courses for the debate for this fall. We've got a national lecture series that we're running and many other things around the debate that are going. And probably the thing we're the most proud of is a partnership with the Clark County School District. Our nationally ranked debate team is working with the debate teams throughout all the schools, and they've been watching the debates live and analyzing them. And then in addition, we've got all the students throughout the district writing essays in an essay contest about the debate. So it's been a thrill to be able to participate. It's a great time for UNLV.
Thank you, Lynn. On behalf of our hotel resort partners, I want to thank all of you for being here tonight at this debate, and for those who traveled to Las Vegas, welcome. It sure is a very exciting time. We're also proud to partner with UNLV to be able to host this debate. It's very important for the university and for our community. I grew up in Las Vegas, and I've never seen this much excitement and this much buzz in our community, both on the resort corridors as well as in our community itself. So thank you for all of that. Las Vegas is the only city that evolved to host people. We've been doing that for many, many years, and we continue to refine what we do and go to the next level. Last year, we attracted more than 42 million visitors who generated $50 billion of economic impact for Las Vegas and created 336,000 jobs. So that's very important for the health of our city, the state, and also the country. And the special events, we are the special events capital of the world, and we have had all types of events here. NASCAR races, championship races, championship fights. We've had the NBA All-Star Game here. But nothing matches what this debate is all about, and the special event and the importance of this, because we're here today and here tonight to select the leader of the free world, the next president of the United States. So we're very happy to be part of that. People say you can't get business done in Las Vegas. I disagree with them. This shows that serious business gets done in Las Vegas. So I invite you to come back again as a visitor. Have a great time. Have a great debate night, and thank you very much.
The Commission is very grateful to have Chris Wallace, anchor of Fox News Sunday, as the moderator of this evening's debate.
Good evening. Let me be the last person to welcome you to tonight's debate, and also the last person to lecture you on why it's so important to be quiet. Let me, as a show of hands, how many of you have been to a general election debate between the two presidential nominees? Raise your hands. Wow. Okay, so you know the drill, and those of you who don't, I'm going to repeat the drill. It's really important. I know in some of the primary debates, and I participated in some of them, people would hoot and holler, and that wasn't necessarily bad, but this is different. One of these two people, 3 weeks from yesterday, is going to be the next president of the United States. It's very important for them to be able to make their case. It's very important for the millions of people who are going to be watching out there to be able to listen to them make their case. I'm sure in the course of the evening, you're going to hear your candidate say something absolutely wonderful, and you're going to want to cheer. Don't. I'm sure in the course of the next hour and a half, you're going to hear the other person, the other candidate, say something that you don't like. You want to make some noise. Don't. Just remember, you're not a participant here. You're a guest. So I'm going to sit here and get ready at 3 o'clock sharp. We're going to see, you're going to hear in the back there on the platforms, all the networks beginning to do their coverage. 30 seconds before I'll give you notice that we're going to start.
Hillary Clinton is the most corrupt person ever to run for president.
I really don't care what he says about me, but I will stand up and defend everyone else who he insults.